Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. Sean J. Harris, your Generational Wealth Academy. Happy Saturday morning to you, Saturday number 7. Hey, listen, I want to come to you today and talk about bumps in the road. See, a lot of times we see success and we see the end result, but a lot of times we don't really see the struggles, or we don't often talk about the struggles sometimes. But many times people feel that to be successful, you have to have a struggle. You have to get it out the mud and stuff like that. But here's the deal. You don't necessarily have to have this horrific, challenging story about living under a bridge and eating out of trash cans and stuff like that necessarily to succeed. There are people who did not have big struggles like that who still became successful. So don't get caught up living so much in the struggle, but focus on the process. The process that got you to the level of success that you are at or striving to get is what's important. But to tell the story, because I was homeless. I was homeless for 63 days. I remember only having Now Later candy and coffee to drink for like 2 weeks straight. That was my only food or beverage consumption for 2 weeks straight. So yeah, I did have a struggle, but you guys don't hear me talk about that a lot. So a lot of times people say, well, man, you're such an overnight success, but my overnight took over 22 years to accomplish. So what I want to talk about is bumps in the road, and more specifically, I want to talk about the metal plates that are in the roadway. So think about this. You're probably guilty of it, but when you're driving down the street and you see the metal plate in the road, do you just drive over it or do you go around it? Most people swerve around it. I see it all day. I think Atlanta is the capital for metal plates in the roadways. So I see this like every day. Cars will actually cross over the double yellow, going into opposing traffic, just not to hit the plate. Listen, the plate is not gonna fall. It's not gonna go in anywhere. You're not gonna fall into some everlasting hole and end up on the other side of the world, just like we used to watching cartoons back in the day. So listen, it actually puts more wear and tear on your car to swerve and swerve back than just go over the bump. The plates are only like an inch and a quarter. You just go over the bump and keep going. But so many times people avoid difficulties in life. So the metaphorically metal plate in people's lives, people always try to swerve around it, putting yourself in more harm's way by going into opposing traffic and crossing over the double yellow than if you just slow down cautiously and observe and just go over the plate with a smooth transition. So in life, we can't just keep going around that metaphoric plate in the road. We have to sometimes stop and figure out how we're gonna overcome the plate, how we're gonna overcome the bump in the road. Whether it's financial, whether it's health, whether it's relationships, you can't just run from every problem. So that's the word I wanna give this morning, is to figure out what it is that you need to do to go over, under, and if you have to go around, but it's so much easier if you just go over the bump in the road. All right, guys, I'm Dr. Sean J. Harris. Make impact, make money while you're doing it.